First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer. How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Chair Talk, and I think this topic is going to hit home a little bit because I know we've all dealt with those supervisors who we feel overwork us because they know we're the ones that are going to get the job done. So today, that's my topic real quick. We're going to talk about the delegation of work. Basically, we're going to stress the importance for a supervisor to make sure that when they delegate that work, the work is delegated evenly, fairly. That's the key. So if you're interested in this topic, listen in after those sponsors. Guys, if you haven't, the show is Chair Talk. Please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. The bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. I stand by for our sponsor.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Thank you guys for listening to my sponsor. I think this topic is very widespread, so I'm going to probably get a lot of comments on this because I know that this isn't unique. I dealt with it as an officer. I know I always went above and beyond in doing the performance of my duties. That's just me, because I'm signing off on these things. I'm the one that's going to be held responsible ultimately, but I'm held responsible because the supervisor makes me responsible. That's the key. The supervisor holds me to that accountability, besides my own work ethic. Also, as a supervisor, I found myself doing the same thing, becoming dependent on those who went above and beyond and not utilizing my manpower fairly, evenly. And I'm sad that I did that. And now looking back, I could have been a little better when it came to assigning out my work. But as I said, it's a growing process. You realize things as you move throughout your career. And I think I could have been a little better with that, in all honesty. No one's perfect. But with that said, when you have that responsibility of that area and you become responsible for other people's work, you also somehow become dependent on their work, which again, ain't minimizing why I delegated work that way. But it's the truth. You wind up becoming dependent because you turn out to be responsible for their work as well. And technically, there's no excuse why I'm always picking the same person, because what am I supposed to tell that same person? Hey, you go above and beyond, so that's why I'm always picking you. They don't do their work correctly, because as a supervisor, I'm supposed to correct that. If they're not doing their work correctly, I'm supposed to correct that. So I have no excuse why I'm overusing that one person who does go above and beyond, who does get the job done and then some. But technically, when it was brought to my attention, there's no way I could justify why I'm using that person over someone else, especially when they both have it within their job responsibilities. I'm not talking about someone that's more familiar, because either way, we can get them to learn that position anyway. I'm just talking about people that have that in their job responsibilities, and we tend to always go to that same person when we know that we can obviously utilize other individuals. We don't want to burn out staff that do go above and beyond. We need them. And the last thing we want to do as supervisors is burn them out, because we will. Trust me, they're going to be saying yes, sir, and getting the job done, or yes, ma'am, and getting the job done. But eventually they're going to be burned out. Their employee morale is going to lessen because they're going to start seeing what everybody else is doing. Oh, Gangi picked me again, but now look, everybody else ain't doing nothing. Because I've had that, even as an officer, I did. There was a time where I was just given back-to-back assignments, and here I am scrambling, and I'm looking into this other area, and these officers are doing nothing but twiddling their thumbs. So then I start to slowly become disenfranchised, because I know that I feel in my mind that they're being rewarded for not working. How sad is that? How sad is that? And even with the rookies, I know we tend to want to overwork those rookies because senior staff needs to get that break. And I respect that to some point, don't get me wrong, especially if it's being used as a learning point. You know, hey, let them do this job because they need to learn it, and I agree. But I still would like to see senior staff somewhat involved in that, just to make sure the person is doing it correctly. Not because we just want to give someone work and we want to get out of the work. I disagree with that. We're all getting paid to be there for however long, so it's good that we're able to divvy up that work and not overpower the one person who's doing the job above and beyond, because again, I said we need those individuals. And as a supervisor, sometimes we need to look at what we're doing and saying, you know what, I gave you this yesterday, you did a great job, let me go ahead and make sure I give you a little break and give it to someone else today. And I think that's fair. I do, I think that's fair. But again, I just wanted to put this video out there. I think it was pretty unique. Just happened to think about it today for some reason. I don't know why it came across my mind. But then I'm thinking like, hey, I did that as an officer. I was always going above and beyond, did the gang stuff like that. Always went above and beyond. And then there were days when I even felt overburdened with work. And then I could slowly start to feel that I'm being disenfranchised. And then when I became a supervisor, I did find myself always going to that one individual. And then the one individual one day came to me and said, hey, Gange, there's other people you could utilize. Like, I'll do it for you this time, but come on, you know, help me out. And it's not like the person was being insubordinate. They weren't. This was a good officer, great officer, never complained, do whatever I've asked of him. Whatever I tell him to do, they would get it done. But he was giving me a perspective that I didn't see. And I needed that perspective. So I want to thank that officer for doing that. He was a senior officer who just was great in the performance of his duties. And obviously being held responsible for his work, I utilized him a lot because he made me look good. But now thinking back, that was unfair maybe. Got to try to get that work out evenly and fairly. You know, and again, if people don't want to do it that way, then as a supervisor, you step up and you correct it. That's what our job is. So we have no excuse why we're burning out that one individual. As always, guys, the show is Tear Talk. That was a good topic. And guys, if you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell will notify you every time I post up a video. Stay safe.